Hello everybody, welcome to another weekly practice. Today I decided to do something a little fun and different, a little challenging maybe. We're going to do like some drills wearing socks. So we're gonna like step off of our mat, slide on the floor. We might even put our mats up against the wall and do some sliding on there and working that control as you have a slippery surface. So it's just gonna help kind of build strength and control, and it's gonna be tough. So we are actually going to start with our socks off on our mats for kind of a more traditional warm-up, but have your socks handy. I have fun ones. They don't have to be fancy. They don't have to be knee-high. I just was trying to be kind of fun. So I'm going to throw those off to the side. It's a beautiful blue sky day, so I don't even need to turn my lights on, which I love, and let's get started. So still starting out with our same little breath work. Coming to the top of your mat in a seated position. Float your eyes closed. Start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Feel your spine grow nice and tall, but stay grounded down into the earth with your sitting bones. Maybe gently bend one ear towards one shoulder and bend the other direction. Give yourself a little stretch. Turn your head and look down towards one armpit. And then straighten back. Bring it back to center. Look down towards your opposite armpit. Just stretching out, getting those kinks out, rolling your shoulders if you need to, doing whatever you feel like you need today. And then when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Twist over to the right. Left hand comes to the top of your right knee, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, deepen the twist, looking behind you. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist it to the left, right hand to the left knee, twisting back to the left, look behind you, growing taller with each inhale and deepening the twist from the navel with every exhale. And then inhale it back up through center, hands meet in front of the heart. Float your eyes closed again and use this moment to set an intention. Even though this might be kind of a challenging class, still connect to your mind and find what you need in your mind to accomplish with your practice today. And then when you're ready, float your eyes open, roll over your legs, come to hands and knees, tabletop pose, spreading your fingers super wide. We're gonna be doing a lot of wrist work today. So what I want you to do before we even do any cat-cows is just sway side to side with your fingertips pointing forward. Ideally, when you're putting your hands on your mat, your index and middle fingers are pointing forward to allow ample external rotation in the shoulders for arm balances and things like that. And then you're going to turn your fingertips out to either side of your mats and then continue swaying side to side, just gently kind of warming up the wrists. And then lastly, turn your fingertips towards your knees, and then we're going to go front and back. Just sitting back towards your heels, stretching that carpal tunnel out. return your hands to a normal position. Just turn your left hand under so the back of your hand is down on the mat, and then sway side to side, just gentle. You're not actually going to weight bear on that left hand, but just kind of get a counter stretch there. And we just do that for a brief time, then do the same thing with the right, back and forth. These are good things to do anytime you're going to be practicing arm balances or inversions. Now let's go ahead and plant our palms in our traditional forward position and go ahead and start doing some cat-cows. Inhaling, dropping your belly, lifting your head and tail, and exhaling, rounding your spine, pulling your belly button up towards your spine, neck is long. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Keep going on your own breath. And then next time you inhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, exhale, down facing dog. Press those heels down, maybe pedal your feet out, get comfortable in your down dog. Pressing your chest towards your thighs, shoulder blades relaxed down the back, neck is relaxed. Rotating those inner creases of your elbows to the front of your space. Inhale it forward to plank. Strong plank, collarbones wide, hips high, low belly pulled in. Then you're gonna lower your knees, chin, and chest down to the floor, squeezing the ribs with your elbows, and then lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale through child's pose, so sit back on your heels, tuck those toes, and then rock it forward, shoot those hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Drop knees, chin, chest, seat stays high. Squeeze your elbows in. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, through child pose. Tuck your toes, sit back on your heels. Press it up, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, forward to plank, strong plank. Lower knees, chin, chest, seat stays high. Squeeze your elbows in. Lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push it back. Child pose with your toes tucked. And then press your hips up high. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet up towards the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows, let the knees be slightly bent here. Sway side to side. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Maybe straighten your knees a little bit more. Press that chest down to the thighs, even more like you're trying to lengthen your chest all the way towards your shins. And then release your hands, slowly roll all the way up, stand, roll those shoulder blades back. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, pull the palms down, meet in heart center. Tuck your chin, Pull that low belly in. Drop your arms. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive out over the legs. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. Step it back to plank. Now lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Pulling those shoulder heads back. And then exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up towards the sky. Hips staying square, rotating that pinky toe down towards the floor. Strong arms, strong legs, strong core. Take inhale here, exhale, pull that knee into your chest, round your back, pushing the floor away. And then give yourself so much space that you can just set your foot down without having to pick up a hand. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes, come up, low lunge. Arms by your ears, chin tucked, low belly in, feeling that hip flexor stretch on the left. Exhale the hands down towards the floor, left hand inside, right foot, come up on the back toes, lift your knee up, and then twist it open to the right. Crescent twist. Strong back leg, collarbones wide, like you're pushing the floor away with that left hand, so your back stays nice and broad. You're not collapsing into that left shoulder. Lower down your right hand. Step that left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands meet in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step the left foot back. Right foot meets in plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, pulling those shoulder blades back together. And exhale, downward facing dog for 3 breaths here. Inhale, sweep that left leg up towards the sky, square hips, rotating that left pinky toe down towards the floor. Don't lift those hips open, they want to so bad on me today. Take one more inhale here, then exhale, pull the knee into your chest, round your back, push the floor away. Make so much space between your knee and the floor that you can just set your left hand down, left foot down without lifting your hands. Lower that back knee, come up. Low lunge, arms overhead. Pulling that left hip back in space, right hip coming forward. Low belly in, getting that good hip flexor stretch. Lower the hands down, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee and open it up, twisting over the left leg for a crescent twist. Again, broad across your back and across your shoulders. Drop that left hip. Make sure you're not lifting up out of it. And then lower that left hand down. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands meet in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back. Left foot meets in plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Pull those shoulder heads back. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, raise up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, jump or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Hands come down, meet in heart center. Exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or float back and move through your vinyasa. Inhale up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, bend your knees, jump, float, or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Hands meet in heart center. Inhale, one more time. Arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. Float to your chaturanga or plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale up on your tippy toes. Look between your palms. Float to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands meet in front of the heart. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or float back and move through your vinyasa. Exhale, and we'll all meet down in downward facing dog. We're gonna go through 2 rounds of sun B, and then we'll go get our socks on and do the fun stuff. When you're ready, lift up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drop your knees, drop your hips, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Keep pulling those lower ribs in, arms up by your ears, hips back. Sit a little lower in your chair. And then if you can, sit a little lower in your chair, but don't lose that core. Good, and then bring it through prayer. Fold over the legs, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, jump or step back. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, pull it in. Set the foot between your palms. Spin that left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Facing the front of your mat, but spinning that left outer border of your foot down towards the mat. Exhale your hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale it through. Step it between your palms. Spin that right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, the hands down to the floor. Step it back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you've practiced with me before, you know this second sun B is just one breath per motion. So when you're ready, come up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, bend the knees, float, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, jump or step back, and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, pull it through, step between your palms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, pull it through. Step between your palms. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, step it back to plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Excuse me. All right, so now's the time you can come out of your down dog. If you don't have socks, if you have socks, but maybe you practice on a carpeted surface, paper plates work great as sliders. Maybe if you have a very complete gym, you already have some little sliders that you can use. Whatever floats your boat. You just need to be able to make sure that your feet can slide freely on the floor. So whatever that means for you. And then we'll kind of step on and off the mat when we need to, or step towards the back of our mat. I might move mine forward just to stay in the frame a little bit. I don't have to move my camera. But if you need a moment to get what you need, go ahead and pause the video and then come right back. And if you're ready, go ahead and we're gonna step to the side of our mat. I'm actually gonna move mine up a little bit. So I don't know that I need all that space. And I'm gonna find my downward facing dog, using my mat just kind of as a reference for how far my feet should be. Now it's gonna be a lot harder to hold my feet here, see as they wanna slide. So it's gonna take actually some core strength to prevent that, right? So when you're ready, come up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, bend your knees, jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your hips, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Holding your chair pose. Then very slowly, you're going to drop your hips a little bit more. Bring your hands, actually leave your hands overhead. Shift your weight into your left foot and slide your right foot back, crescent lunge. Bring that chest up just a little bit, square off your hips, and then try to keep that same bend in your left knee. Slide your right foot back, forward, chair pose. Arms staying up, inhale, slide it back, crescent lunge. Chest comes up just a little bit. Bring it back, chair pose, keeping that same bend if you can in your left knee. One more time, shifting to the left, slide that right foot back. Inhale, now let's just take a back bend here. Lower your hands down to the mat. Slide your right foot up towards you. Toes are both pointing forward, so you're in a pyramid pose. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and plant your palms down on the mat. Bring your both feet up towards your hands. Raise up on your tippy toes. And then if you can, you might have to kind of shimmy out a little bit, but slide your feet out to a plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, might have to be a little shorter down dog. And you really have to use those hip flexors to keep your feet from sliding back. Inhale up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, bend your knees, jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips, arms up, chair pose. Drop your hips just a little bit more. Shift your weight into your right leg. Slide that left leg back, crescent lunge. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, keep that bend in your right leg. Pull that left one in. Squeezing your inner thighs together. Inhale, slide that left leg back, crescent lunge. Chest up. Exhale, pull that left knee in. Inner thighs squeezing. One more time. Shift that left leg back. Inhale, take a little bit of a back bend here. And then exhale, hands down towards the floor. Slide that left foot up, feet parallel. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, stretching in that right hamstring. Go ahead and plant your palms, step that left foot up to meet the right. Find where you have to set your feet now that you might know. Come up on your tippy toes, shimmy those hips back, and then once you find a good place, you can slide straight back into plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna do that one more time, just because it was so fun, right? When you're ready, inhale, look between your palms, jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your knees, drop your hips, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose. Drop your hips just a little more. Slide that right foot back. Crescent lunge. Slide it back. Chair pose. Inhale, slide that foot back. Crescent lunge. Exhale, chair pose. One more time, slide that left foot back. Right foot back, excuse me. Inhale, take it into the back bend. Look back at your fingers. Pull those wrists back. And then lower down those hands. Slide that right foot up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then shift it forward. Let's go ahead and bring it into a standing split on the left. Squaring off those hips. Now stretching a little bit more intensely in our left hamstring. Right pinky toe rotating down towards the floor. And then set that right foot down. Plant your palms. Slide your left foot back to meet it in plank. Slide your left foot back up to low lunge. Slide your left foot back to plank. Slide your left foot back to low lunge. So try not to move your chest up or down. Just sliding that left leg forward and back without changing anything else. Just plain using your core strength here. One more time. Slide that left leg forward. Low lunge. Slide it back. Plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale up on your tippy toes, look between your palms. Jump or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, chair pose. Drop your hips just a little more. Shifting to the right leg. Shift that left leg back, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, pull it back, chair pose. Inhale, slide that left leg back, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring it back, chair pose. Last one, sit a little deeper. Slide that left hip, foot back, crescent lunge, and then inhale, really take that back bend, look at your palms, pull your wrist back, and then go ahead and frame your foot, lower down, slide that left foot up, fold over your right leg. When you're ready, shift it forward, standing split on the right leg. Rolling that left toe, pinky toe down towards the floor. Strong in that right leg. Squaring those hips, shoulder blades away from your ears. And then slowly bend that right leg. Set the left foot down, frame your right foot. And then with no movement in your shoulders or trunk, slide that right foot back to plank. Slide it back up underneath you in a low lunge. If you need to come up on fingertips, you can, or even use blocks here. I'm a little less flexible on this side, so I'm noticing it's not that easy on this side. I have to lift up a little bit. So I'm gonna actually stay up on my fingertips, trying to keep that core nice and straight. Even just that 1 inch, but now my fingertips are like, what are you doing? If you're on fingertips, make sure you're putting the weight into the webbing of your hands, not on your joints. One more time, slide it back, plank pose, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down facing dog. All right, so we're gonna give our legs a little break, and we're gonna work into some pike and some crow. So, take a deep breath and then blow it all out. And when you're ready, shift it forward into plank. So, what I want you guys to do first is just pull both knees into your chest and shoot it back to plank. Same idea. Knees in, shoot it back to plank. Knees back into chest, shoot it back to plank. Knees into your chest, shoot it back. Keep going at your own pace. Don't forget to breathe. One more time. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Rest your shoulders for a moment. Press it up to cobra. Back through through child pose, toes tucked. And then back up to down facing dog. So now shift it forward to plank. Now instead of pulling your knees in, you're gonna pull your hips up and then slide it back down to plank. Hips up in a pike position. Press the floor away. Slide it back to plank. Keep going. Keep breathing. One more. Lower it all the way down to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale down to the floor. Go ahead and let your arms down by your sides and just reach back towards your heels so your shoulders are off the floor. Chin is tucked so you're looking straight down. Lift your feet up, locust pose. Just for a little counter stretch and counter strengthening. Lift up a little higher. And exhale everything down. Push over your knees. Tuck your toes, sit back, child pose. And then let's bring it up into our downward facing dog. Oh no, I'm not getting holes in my socks. I didn't know if these would last, but now I know. Okay. Dang it. Hopefully you're not getting holes in your socks. All right. So next, we're gonna kind of keep building into this crow pose, okay? So shift it forward to plank. Exhale, pull it up into pike, hips up. Come up on your tippy toes, put those knees into your triceps. Bring it back into plank, then slide it back out. I meant pike, now into plank. Let's try that again. Inhale, pike, up on your tippy toes, knees to triceps. Back up to pike, push the floor away. Slide it back, plank pose. Back up to pike, knees to armpits. Back to pike, slide it back to plank. One more time. Inhale, pike it up. Knees to armpits. Inhale, plank. Inhale, plank. Set your knees down. Sit back on your heels. Just do a couple wrist circles. I'm feeling it in my wrists. Hopefully, those with sensitive wrists are doing okay. Just kind of circle them around because now we're actually going to go into the arm balance. So we're going to do 3 crow, okay? So it's going to go pike, arms to the arm, knees to the armpits. Bend your elbows, shift it forward, crow pose. Hold it as long as you can. Set the feet down, pike it up again after you've done all that core work and slide it back to plank. Are we ready? We're gonna do it 3 times. And then I have a fun surprise for you. So bring it back to downward facing dog. Stretch those shoulders out. And then inhale into plank pose. Take an inhale. And then push the floor away. Exhale, bring it to pike. Bring those knees to your armpits. Shift it forward, crow pose. Pull those heels in towards your bum, elbows in towards each other. Set your feet down. Push those hips high, pike pose. You're not done, and then push it back to plank. Again, pike those hips up. Bend those knees, set them into your armpits or up on your triceps. Shift it forward, crow pose. Set those feet down, pike those hips, straighten those legs, push the floor away. Exhale, push it back to plank. One more time. Exhale, pike those hips up. Set those knees. Shift it forward, crow pose. Go ahead and put those feet down. Straighten your arms. Push it back, plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Let your hands go. Inhale up, locust pose, reaching back towards your heels. Heels up off the floor, or toes up off the floor. Lift, lift, lift. Strengthen that back. Reach arms overhead, stay lifted. Exhale, reach arms back towards your heels. Inhale, arms overhead, stay lifted. Exhale, hands back towards your heels. One more time, arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands back towards your heels, and then lower it down. Make a little pillow with your hands. Maybe windshield wiper your feet back and forth just a little bit. And then I have another fun thing I want you guys to try. So I am going to turn my back to the camera so you guys can see what this is going to look like. We're going to move it into a side crow. So instead of bringing your feet in, you're going to pull your knees to the outer part first of your right elbow or right tricep. Then you're going to set your knees down on your triceps, and shift it forward into side crow. And then we'll go to the opposite side. We'll probably only do this 2 times per side, as I think probably most of our wrists are being a little bit fatigued here. I will recommend using your mat, but kind of facing the other way if you have room, or adjusting your space so that you have enough room, but you have the cushion of your mat, because obviously when you're doing it on the floor, you're gonna have less cushion for your wrists. So here we go. Are you guys ready? I don't know if I am. So hands on the mat, hips high, downward facing dog. Oh no, I really have a giant hole in my toe. Look at this. Hello. Well, should have double socked apparently. Just didn't really want to dive heat. Here we go. Slide it out to a plank pose. First, we're going to just pull the knees up and to the right, to the left. Oh, I did that wrong, but that's okay. Whichever side you went the first time, go the other way. Okay, so knees are coming in. You're staying in that plank position. We're not piking yet. One more time each side. Okay, so now that we just did the sliding part of things, I might need another pair of socks. Oh well, whatever, okay. I'm looking around for like something else I can slide on. You know what? If you have a towel or you're using a slider, that's also an option. So I'm gonna grab a towel real quick. Don't mind me. Just adding a little more color to my practice day. There's like sock fuzz everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna use a towel for this one since my socks are not gonna make it. I've completely gotten a hole in them. Okay, so now we're gonna do knees to the left, then pike your hips, then bring it back down, shift into that side crow, okay? So here we go. So sliding it out into plank. Knees are gonna come over to the left, right knee to left elbow. Pike those legs, knees come straight. Bend those knees, the rest of the knees on your arm. Shift it forward. Ooh. Crow pose. Bring it back down. Pike those legs and shift it back to plank. Oh, my wrist is not happy. Okay. Bring the knees to the right now. Outside of your left tricep. Pike the hips, so you're in a kind of a twisted pike. Bend the knees again, bend your arms, shift it forward. Side crow pose. Okay. I might have to. That's a lot of crow, huh, guys? Okay. Well, in order not to hurt my wrist, if you're in side crow, go ahead and come out. Slide it back to plank. We're not going to do that 4 times. If you'd like to do it again, go ahead and pause the video and do it again if you'd like, but I feel like my wrists are saying that's enough, lady. So we're going to go ahead and stand up. Bring your feet back to the front of your mat. You can stand on your mat now. This is too funny. They're just completely falling apart. Okay. I will finish. Okay. So now, standing nice and tall, mountain pose. Press your shoulder blades down towards your back pockets, if you were to have back pockets on your yoga pants. Just opening that chest, pressing those shoulders away from your ears. All that pressing can make your upper traps pretty tired and fatigued. Then you're gonna clasp your hands behind your back, pull those shoulder blades down your back, pull the hands away and then bow forward over your legs, forward fold with a little shoulder stretch, pulling your shoulder blades away from your ears and then extending the arms back. Breathe. Go ahead and lower your hands down, stay in the forward fold. And then we're going to do another kind of leg challenge. challenge here. This is so unprofessional. My socks are falling apart. All right, make sure you have thick socks. All right, next, note to self. I've done this before, but never a full practice, so my bad. All right, so go ahead, stand all the way up, roll your shoulder blades back, step off your mat again, shake your wrists out if you need. We're gonna be doing some standing, a little standing sequence here, so your wrists will get a little break, okay? Your legs are gonna get some work, inner thighs are gonna get some work here. And then we will go ahead and end. So go ahead and come back down into your downward facing dog. Okay, finding where, lining up with your mat, where a good distance down dog is for you. Inhale, sweep that right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Set the foot down between your palms. Spin that left heel down and bring it up for warrior two. Now, you'll see if I took like my full, like the warrior two I can, I'm gonna slide. So it really takes a lot of inner thigh strength to hold them, as well as maybe shortening up my warrior two a little bit. And that's okay. Actually, a shortened warrior two, it's easier to fall out of that alignment. So keep making sure you're pulling your right sitting bone back towards the arch of your left foot. Shoulder blades are still down, still wide in the collarbones, still squeezing in with your inner thighs. Then you're gonna straighten that right leg. Turn your toes forward. Inhale, arms up overhead. Bend that left knee. Keep your toes pointing forward. And then slide your right foot in for chair pose. And then slide it back out, keeping your feet kind of parallel. And slide it back in, chair pose. Slide that right foot out. Slide it back in, chair pose. Slide it back out, stand up, arms open up, 5-point star. Bow forward, wide leg forward fold. Pull yourself, your crown of your head down towards the floor. Inhale to a flat back. Turn your right toes forward. Walk your hands to the right and then cartwheel them up for a shortened warrior two. Flip your palms. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step it back to plank. Lower down chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Set the foot down between your palms. Bring it up into your shortened warrior two. Checking with your alignment. Making sure you're pulling that left knee out over your pinky toe. Left sitting bone towards your arch. Low belly in. Left hand reaching back. Right hand reaching back in space. Collarbones wide. Inner thighs squeezing together. Inhale, straighten your left leg, turn your toes in. Hands come up and around to heart center. Bend your right knee. Slide that left knee in prayer pose, chair pose in prayer. Slide it back out. Slide the left leg in, chair pose. Slide it back out. One more time, slide it back in, chair pose. Slide it back out. Straighten both legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold it over, wide leg forward fold. Walk it over to your left foot, turn your left toes out. Cartwheel those arms up. Warrior two. Inhale, sweep it up overhead. Peaceful warrior. And then cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, sweep that right leg up. Exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Set the foot down in between your palms. Bring it up. Warrior two. Squeezing those thighs. Not sliding a little bit, not even a little. Straighten your right leg, turn your toes forward. Bend it down, come all the way down into Skandasana on the left. Try not to fall. Keep your your right toes grounded. Shifting, keeping that chest up nice and high. Set your palms down, turn it towards the left. Slide your left foot back to plank. One more time. Shift it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, pull that knee into your chest. Set the foot between your palms. Spin that right heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten that left leg. Turn your toes forward. Hands come through heart center. Drop it down. Skandasana. Grounding those left toes. Chest up. Dropping into that right hip a little bit. And then go ahead and lower your hands. Turn towards the right. Step it back to plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down, facing dog. Okay. So now our wrists have had a little break. Our core is getting some nice work. We're gonna do one more thing. This is my final countdown, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna hit my moon, because that would be annoying. But I've talked about in previous videos, like my handstand drills, how to do handstands against the wall. Well, we're gonna do some slides, and I actually might use this just because I don't really want to ruin my wall, my beautiful wall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in an L position against the wall, okay? Your socks are gonna slide on the wall, so it's gonna take a lot of force with your shoulders and your core to hold your feet up, okay? But essentially, you're doing like this. So this is you, these are your hands, these are your legs, and the wall is here, okay? So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's one of my favorite ways to practice handstands. Excuse me. Measure where your feet are, how long your legs are, and then use a block to kind of mark that spot as where your hands are gonna go on your mat, okay? Now, I'm gonna use a towel. It's full of sock lint already. You're gonna be on the tops of your feet eventually. So I don't really wanna burn the top of my toes. So what you're gonna do, once you find that spot, you're gonna put your hands down on the mat, okay? You're going to bring your feet right behind your sitting bones and press it up into a handstand position against the wall. Pressing your shoulders open, okay? Just hold it here. You can maybe lift your right leg up a little bit, squaring off those hips. Bring that right foot down, left leg up, straight up in the air. Bring it back down. Okay, so that's step one. If that's challenging enough for you, keep on practicing that. The key is to then just keep advancing. The next thing we'll do is we're gonna walk our hands back to the wall and be face and chest to the wall. So, bringing your hands back down. Same spot, you should have it marked. I'm gonna put this here just in case I need it, okay? Right foot behind your sitting bone, whichever foot actually, doesn't really matter. Hips high, and then walk your feet up the wall. Walk your hands closer and closer and closer to the wall. And then hold here. Pulling your lower belly away, pulling your shoulders away from the wall. Your toes can rest. And what you're gonna do here, slide one foot out to the side, and slide one foot out to the side, keeping your toes pointing forward. One foot
Keep your chest off the wall even though it's facing the wall. Tick-tock, right? Pushing through those triceps. And then when you're ready, walk it forward. Slide those feet down the wall. Shake out your wrists, stand up tall. Roll your shoulders a little bit. How'd I do? Did I mark up my wall? I don't think so. Okay. One more time. This time, we are not going to get as close to the wall. So, you're going to end up kind of in like an upside down child pose. This is where the tops of your feet are going to be against the wall. So, find where that part is. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay. I'm hoping you guys are as tired as I am. Walking your hands back, but to a point where you have enough room to be in a super tight child pose. And then we're going to slide your feet up the wall and down the wall. This is where I'm going to use my towel because my toes are peeking through my poor little socks. So same way to start. But I'm going to use my towel to get my feet up there. So same way to start. Hands right at that same spot. Go ahead and put your foot on the wall, right behind your sitting bone. Push it up into that L handstand. And then walk it up. I'm gonna wash the wall with my feet. Okay, so I'm about maybe 1.5 feet away from the wall. Okay, so I'm at an angle, right? So I'm gonna slowly bend my knees, pull my knees into my chest, push my chest towards my knees, and then shoot them back up, and I lost my towel. So I'm gonna slowly do it again. I'm crossing my feet, press those knees in, press your chest to your knees, shoot them back up the wall, press those shoulders up nice and high. One more time, tuck those knees in, pull it back. And then if you can, shoot it back up, but I could not. Okay. Oh, I hope this is a clean towel. Clean towel enough. Okay. Let's get on our backs because we should probably stretch everything out. So move your mat however you want or keep it where it's at. I'm gonna move mine so y'all can see. My poor sad little socks. I'm gonna take my socks off because one, they're not functional, and also I'm a sweaty mess. So when you're ready, come to a seated position on your mat. Feet are flat, arms reaching forward, chest nice and high, and then slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Back is flat. Oh, head hits the last. Bring your feet up towards your hips as high as you can. We're just going to do bridge. I'm not going to do actual full wheel today just because I feel like my wrists personally can't take it. So if you'd like to take full wheel, go for it. That's your choice. But when you're ready, push those hips up into bridge pose. Clasp those hands underneath and roll your shoulder blades under. Pressing your forearms into your mat. Pulling those lower floating ribs in. Squeezing your knees towards each other. And breathing. Go ahead and unclasp your hands, roll it down, bring your feet wide to each side of your mat, and then windshield wipe your knees side to side. Heel toe your feet back into each other. Pull your right knee into your chest, lengthen that left leg out. Then pull your right knee towards your left shoulder. And then pull your right knee towards your right armpit, opening up that inner thigh that we worked a lot today. Bring that right knee back in and set your leg out long. Pull the left knee up towards your chest, straight back.
Pull your left knee to your right shoulder. Open that outer hip. And then left knee to right armpit. Opening up that inner thigh that we really had to use today so we didn't slide on the floor too much. And then pull it back into your chest for a moment. Lengthen it out. Bend your knees up. We're going to do kind of a figure four stretch. So cross your right ankle over your left. And then grab behind your left thigh. Press your right knee away. Stretching that outer hip one more time. And then set that left foot down. Switch sides. Grab behind that right leg. Press your elbow into your left thigh to press that knee away. And then set your right foot down. Twist your knees back and forth dynamically, just to kind of loosen up any other tight spots you might have. Goalpost your arms just to keep that chest open when you're doing this, keeping your shoulders down as your knees sway side to side. And then when you're ready, come back to center, lengthen your legs out, bring your hands down to your side with your palms up towards the sky. And come into a Shavasana. Again, allowing yourself this time to do nothing. Might be the only time of the day you get this. And when you're ready, start to bring some movement back to your fingers, your toes. Maybe roll your tongue around in your mouth, taking it off the roof of your mouth. Move that movement into your ankles and your wrists. When you're ready, roll onto whichever side you prefer. Stay on your side for a moment, making a little pillow out of your biceps. Take this moment to one more time be grateful for the practice. Be grateful for the things your body can do. Be grateful for the time you gave yourself today. And then when you're ready, press yourself up to sitting. Keep your eyes closed, but find that nice grounded seated position that we started in. Bring your hands to heart center. Use this moment to, one more time, bring your intention for your practice today back to your attention. And keep that intention with you throughout the rest of your day. I hope you guys will come back next week after that torturous practice. Thank you as always for supporting my little channel here. Namaste.